So this set says, by a company with presence in 5 different cities, A, B, C, D, E, provides house helps to its customers. The company posted its first quarter revenue and profit for the year 2024 as given in the Sunburst chart 1 and 2 below. I'll show it to you later. All the revenue as well as profit are in multiples of 5. The Sunburst chart 1 only depicts the top 3 cities as per the revenue generated, while chart 2 depicts only the top 3 cities as per the profit generated in all 5 cities. So we have the top 3 revenue generators, we have top 3 profit generators. So these are giving the revenue first quarter and profit of the first quarter, and all the figures should be in multiples of 5 lakhs. Let's look at this graph. Oh, there is more information about this. No two cities generated the same revenue, etc., etc. So I'll just straight away move on to the chart. This is that beautiful chart which is called a sunburst chart given to us, on the basis of which we have to answer the questions. In the outer circle, you will see these are the top 3 cities for revenue, right? And the inner one, the total revenue is given for all the cities. Similarly, there is another one for the profit. In the outer circle, you have the top 3 profits, and the inner ones you have the total profits. So what I have done, I put up these 2 charts over here. I made these 2 tables as well, and the remaining information I have written over here. So we'll start filling all of them one by one, looking at this. First of all, let me write all the values. This is the first chart. This is the second chart. Okay. First, let's talk about the revenue. In January month, what are the revenues? Revenue of D is 110. Revenue of B is 170. Revenue of A is 180. And these are top 3. So keep that in mind. Total revenue of January is 600. When I talk about February, E is equal to 185. C is equal to 150. A is equal to 125. The total revenue is 690. When I talk about March, B is equal to 150. E is 165 and C is equal to 170. The total revenue is given as 720. Let's talk about profits as well. So in January month, profit of D is equal to 15, profit of C is equal to 20, A is equal to 25. The total is 75. Whereas in February month, I see E is equal to 35, C is equal to 30, B is 25. The total is 120. And in the March month, the total is 125. E is equal to 40, B is equal to 30, and A is equal to 25. Now, because these are the top 3, that automatically means the other 2 cities which are left out, their profits or their revenues cannot go above any one of them, right? Because these are the top 3. There are more information. There is a common question. So, can any two be equal then? I mean, these are the top 3. So, the lowest among them, can it be equal to any of the 2 remaining cities? Let's have a look at this data. No 2 cities generated the same revenue in any month. So, for revenue part, this is clear. The total revenue generated by all the 5 cities is given within the brackets besides the month name. For example, of course, that is understood. The profit made by the company in 3 out of the 5 cities is presented in the Sunburst chart 2. No 2 cities generated the same profit. This is also mentioned clearly. The total profit generated by all 5 cities is given within the brackets. For example, this is also there. Now we just have to find out about the other areas. What can they be? In January month, 180 plus 170 is 350 plus 110, that is 460. Sum of these 3 numbers is 460. So the remaining revenue of the 2 other companies is equal to 600 minus 460, that is 140. So in January month, can we say that C plus E is equal to 140? I hope you are getting my point. I repeat, it is 600 minus the 3 which are given. So the other 3 would be equal to maximum 140. But none of them can go to even 110 because top 3 are 180, 170, 110. So among C and E, the maximum can be 105. And the moment one of them is maximum 105, the other one would become minimum 35 because 35 plus 105 is 140. If 105 goes above that, 35 would go below that, which is not possible. So ultimately, I can say it can be from 35 to 105. Similarly, this can be anything from 105 to 35. It can be anywhere in this range. Exactly the same way I have to do for February as well. 125 plus 150, that is 275, plus 185, that is 460. 460 minus 690 is once again 230. Sum of these two numbers is 230, but none of them can be even equal to 125. So that means maximum 120 I can reach, and sum has to be 230. So can I say the only possibility is one of them is 110 and the other one is 110? Because otherwise the other possibility is 115 plus 115, but no two of them can be equal. If any one of them goes below 110, that becomes 105. The other one would automatically become 125. That's again a problem. So in February month, these are the only two possibilities. Let's talk about March. 150 plus 170 is 320. 320 plus 165 is 485. 485 subtracted from 720. How much does it become? It is 235. So sum of these two numbers is 235 and maximum a figure can be just less than 150, that is 145. So sum of two numbers is 235, maximum can be 145, that means other one can be minimum 90. So I have 90 to 135 and sorry 145, and the other one would also be 145 to 90. In a similar way, we have to do for profits as well. Let's talk about January month. Total profit is 75. 25 plus 20 is 45 plus 15 is 60. The other two will be equal to 15. The only possibility is one of them is 5, the other one is 10. Only 5 plus 10 can make it 50 because the numbers are different. Keep that in mind, and they must be in multiples of 5. For the February month, 25 plus 35, that is 60 plus 30, 90. So the sum of the other two numbers is 30, right? And maximum a number can be 20. So ultimately the only possibility is 20 and 10. They are 20 and 10. And in the March month 40 plus 30, 70 plus 25 is 95. The remaining two will add up to 30. Sum of two numbers is 30. No one can be even 25. So once again, the only possibility is 10 and 20. So therefore, these are all the possibilities for the remaining cities now. Now, let's straight away start doing these questions based upon these tables. I put them on the questions as well. These are the 5 questions that we have to answer. Let's start with the one. And I'm sorry, there is one more part that I probably missed to tell you here, or somehow I probably did not write. In the actual exam, there was also a formula of profitability given to us. Somehow that is missing over here. He said that profitability is the profit calculated as a percentage of revenue. I do not see it anywhere written over here. Somehow that is missed in writing. But I'm sure you must be having that paper with you in which it is written over there. Let's start with the first one. Which city definitely did not post the highest revenue in the first quarter? So these are the revenues. Okay. Let's talk about the revenues of all the cities one by one. Revenue of A, it is 180 plus 125, that is 305, plus anything from 90 to 145. Revenue of B, revenue of B would be 170 plus 150, that is 320, plus 110 to 120. Rather, I should also be writing here the symbol of this. Then, when I talk about C, it is 150 plus 170, that is 320, plus anything from 35 to 105. When I talk about D, it is 110 plus anything from 110 to 120, plus anything from 90 to 145. And lastly, when I talk about E, it is 185 plus 165, that is equal to 350, plus anything from 35 to 105. Among all these figures, I see the smallest figures are there with D. Let's check what can be the maximum possible revenue of D. 110 plus 120, that is 230. 230 plus 145, their maximum revenue can be 375. Their maximum can be 375. Minimum for A is 305 plus 90, 395. Minimum for B is 320 plus 110, that is equal to 430. Minimum for C is 320 plus 35, that is equal to 320 plus 35 is equal to 355. I'm sorry. And when I talk about D, it is this 350 plus 35. Once again, it is 385. Question is saying Which city definitely did not post the highest revenue in the first quarter? Rather, I should have checked that who cannot post the maximum in the first quarter. I have probably calculated the wrong figures over here. What should I have done? That if I talk about D, the maximum possible revenue of D is 110 plus 120, which is 230. 230 plus 145. 230 plus 145 is equal to 375. Yes, I have already calculated that. This 375 is lower than the lowest of A. It is lower than the lowest of B. It is lower than the lowest of E. A figure which is lower than the lowest of others, and it is the maximum figure for D. Of course, they cannot have the highest revenue. So, therefore, D is the city which cannot have the highest revenue. I repeat, because even the highest revenue of D is less than the lowest of others. How can it be the highest revenue among all? So my answer would be D. Here it says which city posted the lowest profit in the first quarter. Let's see who has posted the lowest profit. The profit of A is 25 plus 25, that is 50, plus 10 or 20, that is equal to 60 or 70. For B, it is 25 plus 30, 55. 55 plus 5 is 60. 55 plus 10 is 65. For C, it is 20 plus 30, 50. 50 plus 10 is 60, or 50 plus 20 is 70. For D, it is various possibilities. For E, 75 plus 5, 80, or 75 plus 10, 85. Once again, when I talk about D here, 15 plus maximum 20, even that makes it 55. There is no city which has a profit of less than or equal to that. So once again, I can say the lowest profit has to be of D, because others have even their minima more than 55, which is the maxima of D. So by that logic, the correct answer for this question is once again option B, which is D. Now, question number 8, what would be the highest profitability posted by city C in the first quarter? Let's check that. So now what is profitability? It is profit as a percentage of revenue, profit by revenue into 100. So when is it highest? Of course, it will be highest profitability when profit is on the higher side and revenue is as low as possible. In that case, your profitability would be highest, right? What is the highest profit of C? Highest profit of C is 20 plus 30 plus 20. So that is equal to 70. What is the lowest revenue of C? 170 plus 150, which is 320 plus 35. 320 plus 35 is 355. Okay. If I cancel out them from 5, so 5 14s are 70 and 5 71. So had it been 70, 14 by 70 is exactly equal to 20%. This is 14 by 71. It is very slightly less than 20%. So therefore my answer would be above 19%. The answer would be option D, that is above 19%. If the profitability of city D in February was this, then what is the profitability of city A in February? Let's check that as well. Profitability of D in February was 16.66%. 16.66% means 1 by 6. That means their profit was 1 by 6 of their revenue. So straight away their revenue must be a multiple of 6. Otherwise, how can you calculate 1/6 of this as an integer? So the revenue of D in February must be 120 and the profit must be equal to 20. Then automatically profit of March would become 10 over here. Similarly, here I can say the revenue of, I'm sorry, it's not about March, it's about this. This would be 10. Similarly, here it would become 110 because the other one was 120. What is the profitability of city A in February? So in February, city A has a revenue of 125 and a profit of 10. So 10 as a percentage of 125. This is exactly 8%. So my answer is option A. There is 8%. And lastly, which of the following cities, which of the following could not be the ratio of revenue generated by city and that by E? Let's check them one by one. Okay. City C and city E that we are talking about. When I talk about city C, their revenue is 170 plus 150, that is 320 plus something, which I don't know how much is that. For city E, it is equal to 185 plus 165, that is 350 plus something. But I definitely know their total revenue is 320 plus 350, that is 670 plus 140 of these two, because these two figures definitely add up to 140. If one of them is 35, the other one is 105. One of them is 40, the other one is 100. So in any case, their total revenue has to be 810. Question is saying which of the following cannot be the ratio of revenue generated by them. We can check the options one by one. Let's start with option A. If the ratio is 4 is to 5, so divide 810 in a ratio of 4 is to 5. So 4 is to 5, that is 4 plus 5, 9. It is 90 times of 9. This should be 360 and this should be 450. Is it possible? Yes. If I take it as 100, I take it as 40. Yes, the first one is possible. So first is not my answer. Question is saying which of the following is not possible. Let's remove them. Look at second option. The second option says now 38 is to 43. If I divide it in a ratio of 38 and 43, they become 38 and 430. So this figure would become 380. This figure would become 430, which is possible when this is 50, this is 90. So this also is possible. I'm sorry, this is 60 and this is 90. So 60 and 90 are also possible. This option also cannot be my answer. Let's remove this as well. Now come to the next one. It says 35 is to 46. So when I divide it in a ratio of 35 and 46, this becomes 350. This becomes 460. 350 means this is just 30 more and this is 110. But these figures cannot be anything below 35 or 105. But these are coming out to be below 35 and above 105. Option C should be my right answer. This cannot be the ratio of revenue generated by C and E. So the right answer is option C now.